Hi, I'm Jón from the Reykjavík Grapevine. It's the 24th of August. Tonight is culture night in Reykjavík, so everybody's out there having fun. Meanwhile, we're here at the eruption, which started 2 days ago at 21:00-ish on the 22nd. Just like the previous eruptions, this one started out with a boom and is currently has fizzled out at 5% of its original output. We are standing just east of the Blue Lagoon, about 1.5 kilometers, and just west of the fissure line. Originally there was like a 4-kilometer fissure line that opened north to south, and then yesterday evening another kilometer was added to the north part. Just like the previous eruption, this one started out with a series of earthquakes. The town of Grindavík with 20 households was evacuated, and so was the Blue Lagoon, but they opened yesterday again. The eruption is not happening anywhere near any infrastructure, so it's basically just another eruption, nothing to see, nothing to do. By this point, I think this is the 5th eruption this year. It's the 6th in these series. It's the 9th since 2021. And by now we just don't really care. It's not dangerous in any existential way. It's in an area which is not very good to hike in, and it's closed off. And people are advised not to hike here. That's a good advice because the ground here is pretty treacherous. It's old lava with a lot of fissures. Already one person at least has broken their leg trying to get here. Catch up on the situation in the town of Grindavík. There are very few people living there by now. About 20 households were evacuated 2 days ago when the eruption started. Very many of the former residents there were simply bought out. Their houses were bought by the state, and they have bought places elsewhere and have simply moved. The town continues to exist per se. I mean, they keep the infrastructure going in the hope that it will end at some point and the town can go back to normal. But by every event of this magnitude, the odds of that dwindle mildly. It's expensive to maintain a town that nobody lives in, but this is what we're doing right now. It's also expensive to bail out people who live there, but I guess everything becomes mundane eventually, even eruptions, even the Northern Lights. It's so frequent, it happens almost as often as a full moon. When you start having eruptions as often as you have a full moon, you kind of stop paying attention to it. It isn't particularly dangerous, and well, it's still beautiful to look at, and we are approximately about a kilometer away from it. This is I think the main crater right now. It's beautiful to look at, even though we've seen it a million times before. In that sense, it never gets old. Hope probably in vain that this stops, but all scientists seem to agree that this will continue for a while. It's not dangerous in any sense unless you get too close to it. Everything functions, the roads work, the airport is fine, life goes on. Nobody's really bothered except for the people who used to live in Grindavík, who have more or less all moved away. So that's where we're at now. I guess we'll be reporting from the next one too. But anyway, have a nice one. I'll see you later. Take care.